So you've decided that you want to try something like this, CBD product, or you're hearing folks talk to you about the CBD products. And so how do you choose? Well, I guess really you need to look at your lifestyle, what's going to be easy for you. You need to figure out if you want to use it, what you're going to use it for, right? So maybe you have some arthritis pain, maybe you have fibromyalgia, you can't sleep, you feel anxious. Depending upon what you want to use it for will depend on what product you want to use, right? So again, if it's aches and pains in your knees or your back, a topical product may very well be the product that you want to use. Okay. One thing I want to just talk about when talking about choosing a product, I think it's important that you look into the company that you're buying the product from and make sure that it is a reputable company and that it is giving you a quality product. Several points to consider. Remember I talked about having THC-free products. They are out there. For example, the product that we sell in our pharmacies is THC-free, and the company, when they send us an order, they send us the lab results to show that, so that we know that their product is indeed THC-free. So when you're choosing a product and you're choosing a manufacturer, you want to make sure that you're finding somebody reputable that's willing to show that. If they're not willing to share or have an independent lab analyze their product, I think that's something that you need to take note of and be aware of. If they have good manufacturing practices, right? So if they have quality processes that they use, their extraction method maybe is the CO2 method. It's an expensive process, but it's probably the cleanest way. If Joe's Garage is making the product, there's a good chance they're not using the best methods. Maybe they're even using the Rick Simpson method, right, of extraction. So you don't know what you're getting. So you want to look at the manufacturing practice of that manufacturer. You want to look at the source of the product, where they're getting their CBD from. Again, it goes back to this is a phytoremediating plant, pulling stuff out of the soil. If it's grown on your neighbor's property right next to the waste disposal, you don't know what might be in that product. Again, you want to go with something that's organic. At least you know that that's certified organic, then it's a product that is safe in that regard. Look at customer reviews, right? If you're looking online, you want to read about it, look at what's being said. And if the reviews all sound the same except they're just slightly altered, or perhaps they're generated by the company, or they're created by just a process that isn't legitimate. So look at the reviews and read about it, but be aware that you must see some variation there. And I would expect you to see some reviews of the product that doesn't work, because the reality is these work for some and they don't work for others. Okay. When we talk about the lab test, it does matter, right? So it's important that not only they're doing the labs and using an outside lab, but look into how they're doing it, right? Are they using the same batch every time they send it off and aren't pulling the lab result really from the batch they're submitting for sale? So again, you just need to look inside a little bit, look at the, if you can, the research of that product. And companies should be willing to share that with you, right? There shouldn't be, if they're not willing to share that, then I think it's something that you need to be aware of. There is a question that comes up as far as children and pets. I guess as far as children go, I would say check with a pediatrician, right? I mean, it's generally a safe product, but I'm not sure if it's something that you would be wanting to give to your child. That would be a case of checking with your pediatrician. Now, the Epidiolex that I mentioned, that prescription product, is recommended for ages 2 and above. So they have found that product is safe for children. But over-the-counter items, I think you really are best to check with your pediatrician before you do something like that. And with kids, and if it's an edible product that you have at your house, and gummies, for example, just like any other medication, right? You have to keep it safe. You have to keep it away from them. If they think it's candy, but it's medication, I'm not sure if that's the greatest association to make either. So just need to be careful of your kids. Some people want to know if it's safe for their pets, and I would say that you need to check with your vet. There are some pet products out there, but I think that's, again, something you want to check with your veterinarian before you suggest something like that.